This is Ben Doughty for Sugar, Silk and Stretch with Ben Shalom. It's getting to be a habit, Ben.
It is. It's great to be here. I'm excited for Saturday night. I really am.
Yes. To be honest with you, I was most seeking to speak to Ahara Davies today because he's always gold dust as an interview, and he was fun yesterday, but he wasn't here. Did you expect him here today?
I actually didn't, because he did let me know in advance. Obviously, the press conference was on the Wednesday, and then this media.
Ben Shalom. Greatest promoter.
This is Tunde Ajayi. Go on, get in there.
He's greatest promoter now that I'm with him.
Exactly.
But this is the man.
This is his show, by the way.
This is the man. This is the
I've
man.
known this guy since 2007.
Yes. This is the disruptor, the beautiful disruptor of the game, and we need him. We need him, and I'm looking forward to working with him. And long may it live.
I appreciate it. Top man. Thank you.
So you said he told you he wouldn't be here?
He said he told me he wouldn't be here. We had the press conference yesterday. He lit the place up. He's making weight. He's taking this fight very, very seriously. It's unusual to have an open walkout before the Friday. This is how we did it. And he's very focused.
See, this is what we disagreed about yesterday, but you're starting to sway me to your point of view. I think he doesn't. I thought he didn't care anymore, and that he's just. I don't think he knows what he's going to do after boxing, but I thought he'd lost that desire, and he really does look at it as a pay packet. But you're starting to make me see it another way.
He made a good joke. He said he was going to be boxing longer than I'm promoting. That shows how serious he is. So I think he's a great character for the sport. I think he's hungry. I think it hurt him what happened last time. You saw in the first press conference, he was cut up by the way that people treated him after that defeat. He's so motivated, so hungry. We've given him a massive opportunity, even though he won't admit it. But there's a lot of jeopardy in this fight for both guys, and Ahara's been at that top level. Ahara's resume speaks for itself. You only have to go through it. Anyone can lose a fight in the first round and get caught at world level. Anyone.
What did you think yesterday? He was on one about Boxing News in particular. He said, Boxing News can go and fuck themselves, he said, because they printed this disrespectful picture of Daniel Dubois standing over Anthony Joshua in a way that he thought, when all the services that man has done for British boxing, that was simply unacceptable. I mean, what did you make of that?
I can see his point, but because I'm a massive AJ fan as well, I just don't like the way we tear fighters down, if I'm honest. I think it's bad. As soon as a fighter has a bad performance, there's one thing that people don't like, they're finished, they get crucified, they get killed, and it's a brutal environment at times. So I agree with him in that sense. I don't like it. And
it's worse in the social media era, isn't it?
Look, you're seeing things happening not in boxing, and you're seeing famous people getting vilified, and it has an effect, and it really does. But then to add the boxing side to it, you're essentially going into a ring for all to see, bearing or anything can happen, and you're going to get vilified as well, and it has got bad. I think, to be honest, I think there has to be a change in society, a change in culture, because I don't like it. And people might think I'm soft and sympathetic. No, I see what it does, and yeah, I don't like it. Whenever Anthony Joshua's pulled down, whenever anyone's pulled down and vilified in the way they are, it's fine with sport, but for fighters, I think it's over the top. So I can see where Ahara's coming from. I think maybe on that occasion, look, that's what boxing media are there for. So yeah.
You talk about empathy for fighters. I don't know. Have you ever done any at all, even recreationally? Have you boxed or been punched in the face at all ever? That's not a sarcastic question. I'm genuinely curious.
Growing up in Manchester, I was in the gyms. I was absolutely terrible. But as soon as I went into a gym, when I was young, I wanted to be in the sport. I wanted to be involved in the sport. I actually started by trying to look after local fighters, trying to go to local fighters, trying to put up press conferences, trying to do anything.
So you're not a Johnny come lately who came out of nowhere. You've paid your dues and you've had this dream forever.
I have done almost every job in boxing. I've counted cash, I've done tickets, I've done international matchmaking, I've done broadcasting, I've done sponsorship, I've done streaming, I've done everything.
How old are you?
Worked in the warehouses. I'm 30 years old, but I've never had a job. I've only ever worked in boxing, you know.
And do you know something? When DAZN, when Eddie Matchroom Boxing left Sky for DAZN, I thought that was it. The game was changed, like they said, and he was taking the ball with him. It really hasn't worked out that way, has it?
Listen, we've had to fight very hard. DAZN is the biggest broadcast deal we've ever seen in boxing history. The biggest budget we've ever seen. And so coming into that against the most high-profile promoter with a huge stable was always going to be an uphill challenge. We were going to have a smaller budget. We were going to not have fighters. We had to start from scratch. I'm incredibly proud of the way that we've managed to upset the market, I guess, be in the market, sign fighters, and now getting towards a level playing field as well. It's been a hell of a journey.
And you have your momentum and you have your market share, which, like I say, it's been quite an eye-opener to me watching it develop. I know that you're getting bombarded with people still want to do interviews, so I'll ask one more question. Which fight are you most looking forward to on tomorrow's bill?
Great question. I don't think you can look past the main event, but I have to say, and I'll just go through it, Azim O'Hara Davis, Aziz Edmondson for the British title, McKinson and Bengay, which is a great fight, 50-50 fight for the IBO world title. Then you've got Jamie TKV, Franklin Ignatius as a heavyweight fight. You've got Anthony R coming as a huge talking point to add to the show. Shannon Cornet, Fran Hennessy returning, Sam Hickey, who a lot of people are talking about debuting. It's just a great British show. And I know there was a lot of talk about last week because it was such a big show and it deserved to have all the noise that it's had. But people talk about British boxing and where are the big shows. This is a massive, massive show on Saturday night.
Well, you said it was a good question. It was a great answer. You said I'm looking forward to all of them. Ben Shalom, always a pleasure. Best of luck Saturday night. Thank you very much.
Cheers, mate.